Okay, it's currently halftime of a few games. We're going to get to these games here. Um, there's actually a few good games on right now. I didn't really think there'd be that many good games on at the noon, sort of time frame. Obviously, you got some good games coming on later. But I wasn't expecting there to be that many decent slash good games on at noon. Because a lot of these games I figured would be either blowouts or just, throughout the game you'd be able to clearly see who's the better team. That's not the case with all these games. You can start with the Georgia Kentucky game. Do I think Georgia's going to win this game? Obviously, yes. Do I think was I really expecting the first half to go like this? Not really, honestly, because, Georgia, throughout these past few years has started off in the first half very slowly. Now, I'm not saying they, started off very slowly in this game, but they did better than I thought they were going to do in the first half. We'll just put it that way. They did better in the first half than I thought they would do. They're winning 21-7 right now. Kentucky missed a field goal at the end of the game, which I didn't see how long it was. I think they said like a 20-some, 30-some yard field goal. If you're a college kicker, you should easily be able to make that. You should. If you can't make a field goal from like the 15 or around the 15-yard line, you don't deserve to be on a college team. That's just terrible. It's unacceptable at this point. No matter what college you're at, Kentucky, Arkansas, Auburn, any school, Georgia, Ohio State, or something like that. If you're on a college team, you should be able to make around a 20-some, 30-some yard field goal, however long it was. That's terrible that you miss that. I don't know how the fuck you miss that. But Georgia's winning 21-7 right now. It's looking like they may cover this game. It really depends how their defense plays the second half and how their offense plays the second half. If they play really good, they could cover. The line was 20 and a half, I think it was, something like that. So they could cover. They're 0-4 against the spread this year. So we'll see if they can cover or not. But they're winning 21-7. Wisconsin, one of those teams that just is a complete dumpster can. Luke Fickell looking like he may be facing his last season. He's hanging around with Michigan. They're only down by 3 to Michigan. 10-7, Michigan's winning. Really surprising to me. And I'm not saying that because I thought Michigan was, some elite team this year and all that they played so well this year and all that. That's not the case, but Wisconsin hasn't done. They haven't looked good at all this year and all that. As a matter of fact, they haven't looked good for these past few years and all that. So I figured Michigan would at least be up, by double digits right now, and they're not. Obviously, do I think Michigan's going to win? Yeah, I think Michigan's going to win. But I was not expecting Wisconsin to only be down by 3 at halftime. Like I said, some of these games, like this Wisconsin-Michigan game, some of these games I wasn't expecting to be as close, and they're actually somewhat decently close or good. But Michigan's win that one 10-7. Illinois winning 27-14 against Purdue. Purdue, obviously another team, sort of like Wisconsin, that just has not been that good for so damn long. And these past, few games for Purdue, they've looked actually more better than a lot of people thought. Now, before, you think I'm saying that, they're going to, make it to a bowl game or something like that. I'm not saying that. But these past few games for Purdue, they've looked at least somewhat half decent, and I wasn't expecting that. I think Illinois is going to win this game, obviously. Just like, I think Michigan and Georgia are going to win. But, it surprises me that Purdue is playing at least somewhat decent. It really surprised me. I'm assuming it surprises most of you too. But Illinois won that one 27-14. Clemson, oh boy. It finally synced in their mind, hey, let's play good. There's one problem though. Yeah, you're looking like a good team. You're only looking like a good team because you're facing a fucking garbage can by a head coach who was only good in the NFL and not good in college. You're beating a team that has a shitty head coach and just no talent whatsoever. So yeah, Clemson, I guess congratulations, I guess. But at the same time, you're still fucking dog shit. Um, I have to see Clemson beat a good team before I can say they're at least half decent. I have to. North Carolina's not going to cut it. They should have figured it out against Syracuse. They should have figured it out against Georgia Tech. The LSU loss, that's acceptable because, LSU's ranked, obviously, but the Georgia Tech, Syracuse, and those games are just unacceptable to lose. Those are just really unacceptable to lose. But you know what? Congrats, I guess, Clemson. You're still dog shit, and your season's still over. For real. Kansas State, another team that I thought in the preseason was going to be really good, and now I just fallen off that sort of train with them because they're terrible. They really are. They're actually tied with Baylor, 17-17. I don't really know what to really make of this game. I think Baylor obviously is the better team. I think it's a little embarrassing that they're letting a shitty school like Kansas State stick with them because, like I said, Kansas State is just terrible. They really are just fucking terrible. I mean, like I said, Kansas State, for most people, not just me, for most people, like in the preseason, thought that Kansas State was going to be, at least, a contender for the Big 12, title game, maybe a playoff team. No, those dreams are just crushed now. They are crushed out the window. But they're tied with Baylor. Let's see if they can pull it out. Iowa State, holy fuck. They are getting absolutely donkey raped by Cincinnati, which is a team that I didn't really think that was that great. Now, do I think Cincinnati's dog shit? No. I think they're decent, but I didn't think they'd be this good to be beating Iowa State 31-7. Now, I know Iowa State hasn't looked, that great and all, but I was expecting Iowa State to get this fucking ass fucked by Cincinnati. Holy shit. 31-7. God, I mean, I don't know what Iowa State's going to do in the second half. I mean, I would think they're mainly going to pass the ball, but, they may decide to be dipshits and fucking run the ball. I don't fucking know. How are you losing by 24 fucking points to Cincinnati? They are not that good. I don't care what the record is. I don't care, the opponents they face and all that, if they've been half decent and all that. They're not that good to be beating you by 31-7, and yet you're losing to them 31-7. That's embarrassing. It really is. Iowa State's garbage. We'll see what happens in the second half of these games. You got several good games coming on around the 2:30 time frame. Obviously later tonight too. You got Vandy, Alabama coming on after these noon games. Florida, Texas coming on after these noon games. That honestly could be an upset alert. Just gonna go ahead and throw that out here. I don't know why, but some part of me says that could potentially be an upset. So we'll see. Obviously, got other games like Florida State and Miami tonight. That game, it's gonna be a lot of pressure on Florida State because Miami can't afford this loss. Florida State, I really don't think they can afford this loss. I know it'd only be their second loss in the but this would be their second conference loss. That'd put them way behind in, their conference. So I think this is going to be a really, really must-win for Florida State. Otherwise, I think your playoff hopes are pretty much out the window. Unless God blesses you with a miracle the rest of the season. But, I mean, you got several other good games on. It's going to be a fun rest of the day for college football. Like I said, we'll see what happens in the second half of these games. Can't wait to see all these dipshit losers lose.